So what about now? Now that you actually can see me, did you ever think that I was in corporate America? If you said yes, you're right. Actually, I did work in corporate America for a very long time. I have an accounting background. I have an associate's in accounting. I was working on my BA in accounting and have since switched to general studies. Um, my background, that's a little background. I am now a freelance writer. I do accounting on the side. The best part about working as a freelance writer is I get to stay home and hang out all day in my pajamas. I didn't always want to be a writer. I haven't always dreamed to be a writer. It was just something that I did when I was younger. Um, I liked poetry. I liked reading. I liked reading more than I liked writing. I have probably kept a journal since I was 9, and I just sort of fell into it. In 2007, I trekked 1,000 miles across the United States, and the job market was not very good in my department where I was. So I took a few temp jobs here and there. I'm talking about this today because I've noticed there's a lot of stereotypes in regards to people with tattoos and piercings, and whether or not you feel that they should be the brains behind a business. And it's something that is important to me because, obviously I hold the degrees. I have the experience. I have over 20 years experience. And because I have tattoos and piercings, people want to judge me. And so I would really like to know what you guys think of people who have tattoos and piercings. What is the first thing that comes into your mind? Do you think, oh, they're dirty, they're not healthy, they're dumb, they don't have an education, they have no financial means to any sort of success, just everything else that a person could think of about a person with tattoos. I've, over the years, have taken out a lot of my piercings. I'm going to be 36 this year. I got my first tattoo when I was 20. I got my first piercing when I was 19. So this is not anything that's new to me. So I just, it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. So when the temp jobs started to not work out, I decided to kind of do the whole search inside yourself. What can you do sort of thing? And even though I was always really good in writing, it wasn't really something that I wanted to do. But somehow I kind of fell into it. When bills have to be paid, this is sort of the thing that you really need to start looking into. I did fall into writing. I now write for financial magazines. I have a few internet websites that I write content for, and I have a couple of, this coming from the girl who didn't want to write. I have some novels in the works. It starts to bring things out in you when you start to open your eyes and realize that it's not just gender prejudices and skin color prejudices, but there are a huge amount of prejudices about people who may or may not look a certain way. And now that I'm into writing, I can speak my voice and I can say, this is not right. And just because I'm covered in tattoos, or I have a tongue ring or a nose ring or a belly button ring, or my ears have 12 holes in them, anything like that, I want people to understand that you don't need to judge that person, because I know some people who have degrees and their entire body is covered head to toe, but you would never know that by looking at that. So I told you a little bit about my background, that I have been to college, that I'm going to college, and someday I maybe in the fall, because I am going to graduate this June, I may go on to get my MBA. I fell into writing not by choice, but by demand for needing to pay my bills. And now I can't imagine doing anything else. I get to use my financial background and my degrees and everything that I've learned. So it's, people want to think that, oh, why are you spending all this money on school if you're just going to write? Well, that's not the case. I write a lot about taxes and I write a lot about accounting. And even though I have, 20 years of knowledge behind me, it's still good to have that degree, because even writing for financial magazines and websites and things like that, they still want you to know what you're talking about. People want to read things from people who are knowledgeable in their field. So having that, BA behind my name or MBA behind my name is going to make my credentials that much better. So, it just, that's just kind of how you have to look at it. You may be getting a degree in something and your field might be full, job market's tough right now. There are other avenues that you can take. I said, what I do now is I write for financial magazines. I have my own website. I have some websites that I write content for. And basically I make just as much money. Honestly, I can pull $30, $40, $50 an hour, which is about let's say, better than what I was in the accounting field. So those of you who are unsure about your degree choice, just know that there are always other options. And even though you might go down one path, you may have to go down another. The main thing I want you to know about me is that for the rest of your college career, the rest of your life, I realize I'm probably a little older than most of you. I waited until the last minute to take a speech class. It would be great if you go this day forward and never judge your book by its cover, because you never know what sort of person that you're going to be missing out on.